morning. Every day that goes by, it's getting closer and closer to spring planting. Another piece of equipment getting ready to help us get in the field. This is our auger we use for augering fertilizer when we spread fertilizer. So getting this hooked up, brought to the shop, and getting and making sure it works yet. Because like I said, it is our fertilizer auger, and fertilizer is very corrosive. I don't know how many more years we're gonna get out of that thing. Do any of you guys have any suggestions on what the best way to move fertilizer is? Frustrating. We try to wash this thing as good as we can, as thoroughly as we can. And like the bottom down here obviously can get washed good. It's not too rusty. Now like this cover is like falling off, and you can see there's a rust hole back up there, right there where I'm pointing, and I just don't look pretty. But we have gotten quite a few years out of this, and it basically only augers fertilizer. I don't know, you can't win them all, I guess, right? Whenever we wash it though, we do try to wash it extremely thoroughly. I even take the fire hose in there and just blast around trying to get as much of that fertilizer out. And sometimes we even run oil through it to prevent rust. Looks like I found the cover Joey was looking for. Joey, no one's watching, but who's your favorite son?
All 5.
That is not an option. They're making sure the gearboxes have oil, so that way the corrosion hasn't like rusted away the seals and leaked all the oil out. And then also getting the PTO shaft greased up and shear bolts put in. Standing here holding the camera, I kind of want to go run excavator. Oh, don't they just look like so much fun? You know, I love how we have this giant shop right here, but we're out here working.
It's full.
Well, we can't get into this gearbox to check the oil like at all. Joe, you think we should just drill a hole in it, fill the oil, and then duct tape the hole shut?
I think this auger's seen better days. See this nice huge ass hole right here?
Yeah, I pointed that hole out earlier. The one you can shove your entire finger in.
Oh, get rid of it for a conveyor.
He's trying to brush the rust off there because it's not exactly ideal welding with a MIG welder. I think that's what you call this thing, right? Yeah, MIG welder onto rust. But I think he's going to be brushing for a while.
I think it's good.
Basically brand new at this point.
Crank that heat up.
Yeah, first attempt he had 0 connection with the welder. So kind of got the grinder in there to grind it down some. Second attempt, how do you think it's going to go, Micah?
Perfect. I'm not gonna grab that thing, are you?
You have gloves on.
We have rubber ones.
Press, you can grab it. Is there seal on there?
Not anymore. Looks like there was.
Well, we have seals.
Well, it worked. We got the plug out. Now it just needs a little bit of oil. Cameron will have that thing looking like new in no time. That's our final resting place on the scrap pile. Those of you that didn't see yesterday's video, that is our picking unit on our rock picker. We just put a new one in if you guys want to go check out that video. Well, since the rock picker is completely rebuilt, I think I'm going to get this out of the shop because there's no point in it being in here anymore. Before I unhook this thing for a half a day, I'm gonna get this dirt blown off the side, a little bit of preventative maintenance from creating rust and corrosion on these hoses and stuff. I don't really believe in maintenance, but I feel like this is just something I have to do. Well, this is a job I thankfully forgot about, but Joey sadly reminded me. The 7R, I went and got it unhooked from the rock picker and brought it back in here. The rear tire here is flat, like I showed in a previous video. It's leaking on the bead. I did blow the valve stem off this a few years ago, and it was holding air until this year. So I'm thinking that mud got in the bead and is now causing a problem. So we gotta take the dual off. We gotta get at it and take it apart, clean the bead, put some bead sealer on it, and hopefully that fixes our problem. There we go, we got a little bit of ground clearance. Now to take this outside dual off. If I remember how to do that, I believe it's these outer bolts. I don't know, I just work here, guys, as you already know that. Well, I'm in there working on the tractor tire. It looks like these guys are out here performing surgery on the auger. What I missed? What's wrong?
Oh, all your U-joints are pretty much destroyed.
They're locked up.
Wow, there's so much play in there. This one's just about falling apart.
When you cut the U-joint in half, Mike, I don't think it's very good.
Now you can super glue it.
Super glue might hold if you breathe on it.
The Gorilla super glue. You have to use the Gorilla super glue.
Oh, it might hold with an empty auger then. Okay, you guys have fun. I'm gonna go back to my project. So I originally went out there to get some help on my big project, but I don't think I was gonna ask them for help because they're doing a project that I really don't want to do. So I'm riding solo, I guess. Joey's out there giving a big smoke with the pressure washer. Look at him go, he's so cute. We won't bother him either. That is not a good sign. That's the big impact, and it is not spinning them loose. And that's the impact that put them on there. I have a couple ideas though. My first simple idea that I'm really hoping works, bigger battery. That's a 6.0 high output. Does the 12.0 put more out than the 6.0? They're both high outputs, I don't know. We're gonna give her a go though. Man, we are not off to a good start here. And yes, those of you that are wondering, the impact is in fact going the right direction. Lefty loosey, not righty tighty. Well, that's not very cool. I started smelling something hot. I'm like, what the heck is that? Well, here I look down, my battery's smoking and it's hot here and squishy. Like I can push the battery in there. That's not normal, those of you that are wondering. Well, just from hammering on it a little while with the impact, I was able to get 3 of them out, but I still have too many to count to get out yet. I don't know. Gotta start getting more creative, I guess. They can't be tight if they're a liquid, right? Although I don't think I'm ready to resort to the liquid option quite yet. But I have another idea. These are metric bolts. It's actually a 32 metric socket, but I don't have inch drive in 32. I have it in 3/4 inch. With this reducer, I'm losing a little bit of power, but I have inch drive, an 1.25 inch, which fits on there pretty tight. So we're gonna give that a try because I do lose power, like I said, when I reduce down. I got 3 of them out. I think I'm just on the edge of getting these to turn out. Maybe we can get it. Well, it looks like that solved my problem. I must have lost a lot of torque with that reducer. We got them all off. Well, I took a lunch break to come back to find out that this tire did not fix itself while I was gone. Maybe I need a longer lunch break. Anyway, we're gonna get back to work. I think I got this bead cleaned up pretty good. You know, from a distance back here with the duals off like that, it really looks like we're performing a hefty surgery to this tractor, but all it needs is a little bit of tire repair. Well, I guess we're hooking up the land roller. I didn't know this was part of the plan, but it is now. Looks like the guys are going over it. Luckily with the land roller, there's not a whole lot that can go wrong. Mostly just do it once over, make sure the frame's not cracked or anything, and grease everything. Pretty simple job. I like equipment like this. It just works. It goes up and down. Technically, this doesn't even go up and down. It just rolls. There's nothing too technical with it, you know. What'd you find?
A crack.
Where?
Okay, go again.
Oh yeah, that's a crack. Jed, what is this thing?
It's a roller.
It's the roller. What does it do?
It rolls the grass.
It rolls the grass. Yeah, no, not quite, but pretty close. So for some reason, that's kind of a common thing when you got very large implements like this. It is a 91-foot land roller. Is you just find weak spots on the frame because it is a lot that's very wide. You guys know. You just get weak spots and you got to reinforce it and find them, and hopefully the factory makes it right then. It was cracking in this area right when we got it and it was warranted, but now it's kind of cracking in a new area. Don't know what we're gonna do yet. So it turns out in both of our older 9RX 620s, the 16 and the 17, we needed 2 new starters. So that's what we got here. 1, 2. And we thought the lawnmower had a bad starter, as in yesterday's video, but they tested it, Cameron said, and it is good. So back to the drawing board and what's wrong with the lawnmower. Time to get some bead sealer on this rim. Bead sealant, kind of sloppily applied. I did it really quickly because I'm not sure if it's supposed to be wet or dry when you put the tire on, or if it matters or all not, but it's going on wet. Okay, now to find out if we can get it on the bead. Clear. Attempt number 2. I took a little bit of air out of the jack and let it down some. We're gonna give it another blast. We got it! I had adult supervision. I'm an adult, and I was supervising myself. Well, moment of truth to see whether or not this thing's gonna leak or if I fixed it. Well, I sprayed a little bit of soapy water on it all the way around the bead at least, and it is not leaking on the bead anymore, so I fixed that. I wonder why it went flat to begin with. Or did the bead just start letting loose? Or do I have a pinhole in it somewhere? Now I gotta try to manhandle the dual back on there. I'm thinking it won't be too bad if I just adjust my jack up and down a little bit and shimmy it around. Oh, big tires like this aren't fun, but they kind of are. I don't know, they're easy, but they're hard because it's easy because they just go on. But at the same time, it's hard because they're so big and you have to manhandle them. But it makes it somewhat easy for a big, healthy guy like myself. Well, we could not get them off, so we are not going to put them back on with the inch impact. We're just going to go with a normal 1/2 inch, give them all the ooga-doogas. It should be torqued to spec, right? Brandon's getting anxious. He's getting the planter out to do a little test firing, I think. Yeah, Micah's down here replacing the starter in this tractor. And then he's gonna have to do it in the other one over there. Like I showed you guys earlier. Here's the starter. That needs to go in there, except for he's already got that one for that tractor. I'm glad he's doing this, not me. So what is it exactly you're trying to do? You just that anxious to get in the field or what?
How do you calibrate the globes?
Oh, it doesn't come pre-done?
No.
So is all you're doing is calibrating globes?
Then I'll put it down in the yard and
We're gonna plant some grass.
on here, around.
Oh, I wanted to plant the lawn. Do you like driving tractor, Jed? Beep, beep, beep. I won't show you where the horn is, because then you will be beeping it. I guess now we're doing a globe calibration. So that way the globe on the tractor and the globe on the planter communicate with each other, I think. What? Close the door. Is it loud out there? Yeah.
Tearing up the grass.
Okay, so I believe what we did, I don't know because I don't ever actually do it, is we made a straight line and we went on it, as you can see our tracks there. Now we turned around and we're attempting to go back down the exact same straight line via GPS, and somehow this calibrates it, right? Sure.
Advanced TCM calibration.
Did I explain that right-ish?
Kind of, yeah.
At no more than 4 miles an hour. We're not living life on the edge quite as much anymore. We're only going 3.1. He's folding it up now. Well, the first rows of 2025 are in our yard. I don't think the air compressor is supposed to be leaking air like this. Well, the new starter is installed here. Dad started it. He said it's never started better before. It's like a brand new tractor. We're now gonna get this quick till unhooked so we can get this tractor in the shop and clean. Means I gotta open this valve. And he's gotta hit the hydraulic. And the ground appears to be very soft right there. But we're gonna send it. Well, Cameron ended up going to 3 different towns and he finally found the parts for the auger. So Brandon and Mike, I think, are gonna finish surgery on that and get this placed. You guys have fun. Together should be better than apart, right? Because technically it's not rusted now. It's brand new. I gotta go help Joey. Time to unhook another RX from the cultivator. Just to hook it back up like in 2 days. The excitement. If only we had a tractor for every implement we had, then you'd never have to worry about this. Good old North Dakota is probably the best state a person could live. If it wouldn't be windy every single day. Let's see what this tractor sounds like with a brand new starter in it. Like she's new again. So I guess it's drill time. Dad and I are gonna get the drills hooked up. And I know the one drill that this tractor goes on needs a Cat 5 hitch. So we gotta take the Cat 4 hitch adapter majigger here off. And you guys can watch Joey do that while I go get a battery. I got the pin dropped in and Joey refuses to get out of the tractor because he says he has his shoes off. Which I guess is fair because it is a freshly detailed tractor and it is very muddy out here. I wonder how many flat tires this thing has. Wow, amazingly 0. I'm definitely gonna check them all to make sure they're 2 PSI spec, but it will at least make it to the shop without ruining a tire. You always wanna make sure your tips are clean. Well, I think I got about a 58.2% chance that's all hooked up right. So give her smoke, Joey. And he's on the phone. Oh, this is why we can never get anything done around here. Well, while I wait for him, this tire is low on the bottom side. So we're gonna put some air on the bottom side of this tire with this fancy Milwaukee portable air compressor. Okay, now to see if it'll move or if it's kind of like frozen a little bit. I don't know about frozen, but it's definitely sunk down. That's one drill hooked up. The only thing they really should need is just a once over. Grease them, check the tires, and make sure they're communicating with the tractors, I guess. Other than that, I think the disc should be good, and everything else, I think we're probably just gonna try sending it. Is she gonna make it?
Another season or two.
Oh, that's good. So it turns out they had to replace all the U-joints down there. They just rusted out, weren't taking grease anymore, and almost were disconnected completely. Those of you that are gonna ask in the comments, no, that is not another brother, just another friend that wants to work and likes to work. Well, it looks like surgery is over with on the auger. That's parked over here. I'm now gonna jump in the 310 and get this into the shop. So that way JT, since he's feeling okay right now, is gonna detail it and clean it. It's actually not that messy. This one should go quick for him. Okay, come back. Oh, south, west, oh, forward. Good, we're in. That makes the second one hooked up. Got him out of the mud hole down here. Now I just gotta go through it. I think Brandon and the rest of the guys are working on going through the other one. Oh, is it quitting time yet? Well, Joey says we need to put air in the tires, even though we're almost still a month out of actual go time. They'll probably all be empty by then, but it'll make us feel better that everything's ready now, and then we'll get it ready again once the time comes. I think I'm gonna go through and just take a look at every row. So when we do beans with these things, and that's all they plant is beans, we only do 15-inch rows, which means just the rear rank. I'm gonna go through and just kind of look at everything, make sure all 48 rows, I believe it's 48 rows, look good on this thing, while Micah is airing up tires. Well, we're off to a good start. Micah's on like tire number 3, and this one's got a big old hole somewhere here. Dry rot and stubble wear. I'll see if I can patch it. Well, I could get to work and fixing that tire, but I think I'm gonna call it a day. So thanks for watching, guys. Today's end of video comment, I want to know everyone's favorite home cooked meal.